Okay, now naturally this is going to go back to when I'm a little boy, right? 1955, when I first became aware of what was going on, because I knew that I had to get up and running real fast. But this is sort of how it works. I shared this with Aaron a few weeks ago when he wanted to borrow some money from me, and I said, "Listen, Aaron, there's no guarantee that you'll ever come and get it back. I don't want you to have to worry about returning something to me in electrons that I've already given to you for free, because that's what the one does. I'm an eternal gifter of electrons. So when I give you electrons, that means they're free. That's what it means to experience no charge for electrical power, electromagnetic energy. It's free. Okay, so don't give it back to me, otherwise you spoil it, because that's not what I am. When I give you energy, it means I'm gifting you energy. Okay, I don't want anything back because I don't need anything back. So what this means is when you put this through the polarity game between minus/plus, and you've jumped into a black hole, to ever expect them to ever give back what it is that they accumulated as a result of what was being given to them for free off of our soul's energy, which is our stars, which comes from the Eternal One, means the Eternal One is not wanting the energy back. It was always given to you for free. That's what it means to learn. Okay, so now we're back to the speed of learning how to become a gifter versus an inverter. And that is a torch speed measurement in learning. And our ability to heal the whole enchilada as a result of the fall in consciousness, as a result of free will. And so this is sort of why, ever since I was a little kid, and I've shared this before, I didn't know how I could even function in this realm. Obviously, being in a black hole, for that very reason. Because you realize that they're after your soul because you're a gifter of energy. So if you're a gifter of energy, just as my experience as a child, I realized that, oh, they'll take it all right. As a matter of fact, they'll even take advantage of you because they realize that you're a gifter and you're not an inverter. And so I had to deal with that as a kid as well, because you realize that you're on a shark tank. Okay, all you have to do is look around you. And I was measured as a child by everything that was losing energy. So it wasn't whether you were a hominid, although that's just as important as the sacred temple of light. But when you're the one and you're experiencing everything that represents what love is, because that's what I am, that I'm giving love to, then anytime I'm experiencing a loss of voltage in anything, then that's a loss of voltage in me that I'm experiencing as a result of being in a black hole. So this is why it's not just humans. I mentioned this to Karen. It's everything across the entire electromagnetic spectrum. Anything that runs out voltage is losing voltage. Okay, across the entire electromagnetic spectrum, in order to do what? Maintain the balance. This is why when you think of when I was measuring losses of species, at one time I saw the data, 250,000 species a day. How many species can rebuild themselves, which is be able to reproduce at a successful rate? Okay, we'll just start looking at every species on the planet that is plugged into the planetary consciousness terrain. Right? How many birds have we lost that used to be here 1,000 years ago that are gone now? Start adding all that up, enumerate it, because it's all in the record. The data's all there. So that what it means is it'll feed on anything. Anything that has a one connection. Right? Because it needs a source of energy, and it'll take it from wherever it can. Okay? That means it's the ultimate vampire without an off switch. In order to expand more of what it doesn't love, which is itself. So the more energy that can continue to feed on with a shark tank, it just keeps feeding on everything else you keep throwing in here. Or if you will, coming in here. That's why when I was a child, I realized don't bring any children in here. Okay, otherwise you're going to subject them to the same battlefield environment you're experiencing. Right? But you can see how that was playing out with indigos. Waves after waves after waves, okay? And why that was, okay? That I already explained about genetic engineering, problem-solving engineering, networks, able to hold the higher stuff, plug right into the echo worlds, right? So the echo world's got a connection down here. Otherwise, it goes after the echo worlds. That's an accelerated virus. Cut off the lower arm. We just cut it right off. Which means it doesn't have a communication link to us anymore. It can't migrate it up the line of communication. Nobody's bringing the virus with them, right? That's why it used to be in the olden days amongst the native indigenous people, if they found somebody within their tribe, right, that was experiencing fear, they were outcast. Okay, don't bring that virus in here. That's what it is. Fear is a virus. Because now it feeds on what we are, which is what love is. That's why fear is a lie. Because you realize something that is fear-based is not love-based, and if it's fear-based, it needs energy. All I got to do is look at the different frequencies, right? So if something that is fear-based, that is not love-based, doesn't have any love for you, and not only that, but it needs a source of energy in order to maintain what it's in fear of, which is itself and its own mirror. That's right. That's why trauma is trauma-based mind control. And that's why the miasma bodies rise to be as big as they are, not only in a planet, but a star system and a galaxy and a universe. Because fear is contagious. And you would be surprised how fast it travels through a network. Because now that one unit of consciousness experienced what love is now experiencing fear, that's an alter. That's an altered state of consciousness. Now when it becomes in fear of what love is, what is it in fear of? Giving up its energy. It refuses to let go of one electron. Out of fear. Which is a trust issue. Because it doesn't trust love anymore. Because it's not experiencing love anymore. And where do we get that little lesson from? And I just got hit with another little drone trying to fly at my nose. The AI. Bugs in the system. That's what it is. It's a bug. Right? Trying to distract me. Isn't that what did you see it? What it was trying to do? Distract me. So that your entire spiritual form of energy that's trying to flow and communicate is broken. Those little bugs are what are known as circuit breakers in the system. I figure most people know that. Flies, right? Chiggers, centipedes, anything to create any kind of inflammation or distraction is considered to be a bug in the system. Because what is its purpose? Distract you. So that you're not experiencing what you are, which is what love is, to create the next experience so you can experience what love is. So it's constantly wanting to break your circuit, which is to break your flow, which is a broken arrow. And every communication system that we're using is designed to do exactly that. Because there isn't a communication system that was set up with these computers and laptops that was designed to experience perfect balance at the center point of the first sphere, which is the first law. They're circuit breakers. So what is their design? To break the circuits on the motherboard. So that you're not getting proper communication through the morphogenetic field structure on a motherboard. So that you're not experiencing mama. Okay? That's the truth of it. They hijacked mama's motherboard. That's against the law. That's right. They forgot. They forgot the one they're with. I never forgot my memory. So this is the nature of what we're dealing with, right? It's a broken motherboard. Ultimately, that's what it is. Right? Circuit breakers, Having worked in the fire department, I know what a supervisory panel is. Where's the bug in the system? Oh, we just had a detector go off, so the fire department's going to come out there and find why did it go off? There's no fire. That's called a bug in the system. That's called a false positive, isn't it? Or what we call a false alarm. And how they invert things, in case of fire, break glass. Create the altar. Their inverted language is everywhere. Remember Roddy Piper? Put on a new pair of glasses. You might want to test yourself on to see whether or not your consciousness is still inverted. Because I can tell you that using the phones and all the laptops, that's exactly what it does to the consciousness because it wants to keep you attached to a binary QI AI military war game. That's right.